Expression. Now, I'm very glad you said that, because see how the interviews are spiritually just go organically?
Right.
But I planned this.
Okay.
So praise the Most High for the inspiration. But Corsairs.
Yes.
One of the first books, if not the first book I read from you.
Yes.
And I met you at a Comic-Con.
Yes, you did.
You had a little superhero shirt on. You told me about a book about a female, like, pirate.
Yes.
Or something in space. And I was like, damn, Star Trek with a girl?
Yeah.
And he was like, she's Puerto Rican. Right? She's
No, she's black.
Oh, no, she's Hispanic. Pardon me.
Okay.
All right, so it's a woman of color, nonetheless, who was the leader of a pirate ship in space.
Yeah.
So when I first heard that, I was like, that's kind of interesting.
Yes.
But I bought it.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't buy it because I felt obligated. I bought it because it made me pause and think.
Mm-hmm.
Because not too many medias or medium make you think.
Yes.
So I bought the book. And the relationship that the woman had with the robot
Yes.
and the book
Yes.
and the reader
Yes.
was very authentic. Why did you establish that in that way?
If you read Corsairs, LaRue is this captain who has a lot of responsibility. She's commander of this particular ship, the Hammerhead. She has responsibility because she has a love interest in the form of Kendall, who's also in the book. So you have that dynamic. And I think Widget, who you're referring to, the character, provides comedic humor when the situations get a little bit dark, but also was kind of a lifeline as you read the story in terms of getting their fat out the fire. Both my partner and I, we were kind of inspired by the character of R2-D2, because if you look at any Star Wars movie, the consistent thing is R2-D2 is getting everybody out of there. So this is the book Corsairs, of course. Oh, sorry about the cards. Don't worry about that.
That's right. But we live in the age now. I don't know if you remember this, but in 1993 to 1997, the prophecy of the New Age came out. That's when people like the Boogie Monsters came out, talking about the New World Order and things like that, right?
Yes.
You had Trends of Culture, Valley of the Skins, we talked about the Illuminati, and Prodigy was the head of that.
Yes.
And in the future, it said real hip hop will go underground. Makes sense.
Yes.
And it said that the awakening would happen. And other people who went deeper into chakra said the feminine energy will start to take flight in those next years, which today we see on a positive and negative side.
Yeah.
But to the effect of the positive, you created a book that has a female lead that deals with strength and that deals with feelings. As a man, how did you find that voice? And how did you capture it to give to the reader?
I gotta first start off by saying my partner Charlie was the one who brought it to me and said, I don't care how we do this, we have to have a strong black woman as the lead. He derived that from his relationship with his wife. They have an amazing relationship, the yin to this yang, and he wanted to present that in a form, in a character in the book. That's where the character of LaRue came up. There are elements of LaRue that exemplify his background, his wife's background, and there's some things obviously that I added. But we thought it was important, especially in this era of, there's a lack of positive black female characters, that we have someone who's leading men, not running around in a thong shooting guns, who's intelligent, who's the focus of the story. And that was something that we just really had to do, because you heard the old stories of guys who saving the day and all that, but we wanted to make sure that we had somebody that was a woman doing that for us.
Flip side.
Yes.
In real life, a woman always saves the day.
Of course.
Because, and I'm not giving women 100% credit.
Yeah.
The hell with that.
No, but you're acknowledging.
But to be real, if a man's always passionate about fighting, the woman's passionate about his protection.
Yes.
So that flip side always makes the understanding complete. when you have it. So when we go back to LaRue and the feminine side of the story, there's also a very masculine side to the story that keeps her very level. Talk about that.
The masculine side is in the spirit of Harriet, strong. Part of my language out there, no, she's not going to take any shit. There's a level that she wants to be addressed at and what she wants to be, and she's not going to kowtow to anybody with that. And I think we did a good job in terms of putting that in the book and making sure that people knew that. And there are points in the book where you see her vulnerable as well. But we want to make sure that it was balanced with, as you mentioned, this energy that also was slightly, I don't want to call it aggressive, but sturdy, strong, forthcoming, and demanding of respect.
Corsairs is a classic.
Thank you.
And I like it because it's not for a grown reader. It's for a person who's grown to appreciate, but it's for, I would say, a teenage, preteen to build intellect and understanding. And that's why I enjoy it, because it's not a story about, I'm the hero, I'm going to save the day, we beat the bad guy, end of the book, what's next? It's more like issue. Feeling. Did we solve it? Reflection. And that's what most people don't get. Even in education, because I'm an educator, we don't deal with reflection. We deal with force feeding. Why is it important for a creator, writer, or even somebody who just produces? Why is it important for them to induce reflection when an inflection in the person who's taking in the media, instead of just having them bob their head or just turn the page?
Well, again, another adage, if you don't know your history, you don't know where you're going. So you have to start from a level of reflection, whether it be self, whether it be past history or events or whatever the case may be, to kind of dictate where you are now and then also where you want to be, because you don't want to repeat whatever mistakes that were made in the past in the first place. There's entertainment, and then there's to take this from Karis One, edutainment. You can entertain and teach people at the same time, and that's what we tried to do with the book. One thing I always mention is, Corsairs is the applesauce with the pill in it. You're enjoying the applesauce, and you're getting some medicine at the same time. But I'm not beating you over the head with the lesson. It's clearly explained to you for you to digest and think about and spur dialogue.
Back to hip hop.
Yes.
We're gonna go art and edutainment, or street knowledge. Cause I'm an Ice Cube fan. So
yes.
Street knowledge.
Okay.
So here we go. Nipsey Hussle just passed away.
Yes.
And the seed of Nipsey Hussle had to die for people to become enlightened.
Yeah.
To the point where I don't really like too many female rappers, but I'm a Meg Thee Stallion fan, and it ain't cause she looks look good.
I just downloaded her album.
Like I said, it ain't just cause she look good. Cause she looks beautiful. The thing I like about her is she's doing a rap career, but she's still in online college at Texas Southern University. She's studying health administration because her mom passed away, and she's into financial literacy and helping people learn money to take care of themselves. To the point where a fan met her, got killed, and she paid for the funeral.
Yes.
Those are the type of people that are teaching us by action, using the music to teach us community.
Yes. Yep.
Books are doing the same thing.
Yes.
Where does DC and Marvel fail? And how do the independent books pick up to win where they're losing? I
think the big machines, the DCs and the Marvel, their first thing is entertainment.
And they suck.
It's about entertaining and driving dollars, whether it's in the form of comic book sales, whether it's movie tickets, whether it's a soundtrack, whatever the case may be. And then if they want to educate you and give you some knowledge, that's by the wayside. But at the end, first they want to have you laughing, they want to have you crying, they want to have you smiling at any means necessary. I would probably equate the machines as cotton candy. You can only eat so much cotton candy, and then at some point you're like, you know what? I need some broccoli. I need some potatoes. I need a steak. And I think that's where the community of color of creators comes in, because they're going to give you the necessary vitamins and the food that you need that you're not going to get when you watch Shazam. You know, Shazam, you're going to, you know, you'll get the sweet, the fluffy, and that stuff, but like the character Darla in Shazam, you know, you're not going to know that Darla, her parents left her and how that impacted her and why she's in the orphanage now. You know, that's where the creators of color are going to give that backstory and tell you why Darla was the case, why she was and who she was, and to this day.
Tell you a secret, I didn't see it, so.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll see. Darla's the one African American character.
I'm just. Yeah. But I like that point that you're saying, because it goes back to the original question about us being able to tell our own stories. Because that new Superman book.
Yes.
Trash.
You don't like it? Interesting. Well, it's entertainment. It's pure entertainment.
Sidewalk water. It's garbage, man. Trash. And the reason why is because it uses elements of culture without individuality. It's a Chinese Superman. It's corny.
Oh, you're talking about that book in particular.
Was that Rebirth?
I don't know. I don't even collect that.
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. So, because I don't even know Asian people who like the book.
Right. Right. And that's the one issue that the machines are doing. It's one thing to want to have a level of inclusion and diversity, but then it's another thing to do diversity just because you have
exactly.
You know, don't do diversity for diversity's sake. Do it because you see that there's an issue that's not being addressed, and you want to make sure that everybody has a voice at the table.
And that's where Corsairs wins.
Yeah.
Because the main character.
Yes.
The main character is not a sublimation of an ideal. She's a character of reality.
Right.
Where instead you go to DC Comics and they give Wonder Woman a black sister, Nubia.
Yes.
And she has no story. She's just Wonder Woman's black sister.
Right.
Trash.
Right.
Or Marvel Comics. What's my favorite Marvel Comics story where the black guy, quote unquote black guy, is and nobody cares? I think it's Josiah X.
Okay.
America X. Where he's the original Captain America before Steve Rogers.
Right.
And the only person who knows about him in the books is Luke Cage, and everybody else is like, who's that? But only Luke Cage knows about him.
Right.
So that idea that shows racism on another level, because only quote unquote black people know black history and they don't.
Right.
Which is a problem.
Right.
That's my issue. So to close this part out of the interview, this part, I have to ask you this as an independent creator.
Yeah.
And this bothers me. I have to ask you this, but it's a reality.
Okay.
My favorite, I call them bars.
Yeah.
My favorite bar in DC Comics history is this. It was an issue of the Green Lantern and Green Arrow, and it was the black guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know
when
exactly
when the guy was yelling, the Green Lantern was yelling at the black guy, and the black guy was like, "You're the Green Lantern.
Yeah.
You save people with white faces, people with blue faces, people with green faces.
Right.
But when it comes to people with brown faces, you don't do anything for us."
Right.
And that was the ending of the book.
Yes.
And that was in DC Comics.
Right.
In Marvel Comics, one of my favorite bars,
Yes.
which is negative, is this. We're coming to a time where being a black and being a gay is normal. Okay? That was the former vice president of Marvel Comics. And having this understanding of being recognized in the medium to reflect reality, and reality acknowledging that now we're normal when we weren't seen as normal, there's a certain responsibility that comes to a creator to buck the trend. What is the trend you want to set with your books, and how are you setting the legacy of that trend to live forever?
I want to buck the trend that characters of color are not background. Not to colorize a team a la Justice League, that they can lead, that they can have significant roles, that they can have the cooler powers, that they're going to have an impact and bring issues to the table about who they are and what they are. I want to make sure that our characters do that and clearly articulate that to the readers. Again, my partner and I, we do it in a way where it's clever, because at the end of the day, this is a form of entertainment and we want to make sure that people enjoy the book. But I think you can do it in a way where you can disperse some knowledge to people or have them thinking or have them talking about a particular issue.